So what are you seeing? I mean, the market's crazy, right?
Insane.
The market is crazy every single day. And what we're seeing a lot of is that people think the market's going to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
People are holding off because they think that the interest rates are high and things are going to get better. And it's really not the case. So for you on the real estate side, what would you say you're seeing the most of right now?
Yeah, and I work a really broad area, second home market, primary home market. The truth is, every day people reach out to me and they say, oh, I'm just gonna wait because prices are gonna dip by 20%. We're gonna see this slowdown, which I certainly appreciate. However, it couldn't be farther from the truth. I mean, I just had a listing in Portland, 63 showings. We probably could hit 100, but the seller cut it off, 8 offers, and they were all just insane, out of this world.
Right.
So the truth is, we just don't have the inventory to support a crash or a slowdown where prices are gonna come down.
Exactly. And something else to think about is when everyone is saying they're going to wait and wait and wait for rates to come down, guess what? Everybody and their mother is waiting for rates to come down. So what's going to happen is while you may have a slightly lower interest rate, you're going to be paying $100,000 over asking, $60,000 over asking, waiving appraisal, waiving inspections, having to get in such a competitive situation. You can always lower your interest rate, but you can never get back the fact that you paid overpriced for a property. So while people think right now may not be the best time to buy, it is still a really good time to buy, because if you go under contract on a property and you feel okay about what that payment is, it can only get better from there. But you can never take back the fact that you paid too much for the property. You can never take back the fact that you were in such a competitive situation that you felt pressured to pay far over. There are some facts that came out recently that last year, when rates were significantly lower, the average house went $60,000 over asking. Between July and now, we are seeing that it has come down. And while it is still very competitive, and as we get into these spring markets, we're seeing it get more and more competitive, properties have been tending to go closer to what the actual asking price was, or a little bit above, which is great. We also were seeing, in the last month or 2 months, more people were able to get inspections. They're
My
able
first
to
inspection in months yesterday. I was like, I didn't even know what to do.
Right, exactly. So they are allowing for a little bit more inspections. However, as the market gets busier and busier, those things are going to go away again. So the longer you wait, the more of a situation you're going to be in.
Yeah, truth is, you just need to buy a house when you're ready. Because the market doesn't even really matter, right, Skylar? Like, the way I look at it is, prices go up when rates are lower, prices come down when rates are higher. You can refinance. Everybody always says that, but it's the truth. That's the only thing you can change. You can't change when you purchased it, what you paid, but if you're ready now and you can afford it, just
exactly.
do it.
And that's why the most important question, if your loan officer isn't asking you what's a comfortable monthly payment for you for the first question that they're asking, then they don't have your best interest. Because if someone's trying to tell you what your max qualification is and send you out into the world to start buying a house at your max qualification, that may not be what's comfortable for you. Because as a loan officer, we're thinking, we don't take childcare into expense, we don't take heat, food, electricity. All of these things are not in your debt to income ratio, as well as we're looking at your income before taxes. The reality is, how much of that income are you really taking home? So what you need to ask, the first thing, if you're thinking about buying or you are considering buying, the first thing you need to be thinking about is what's a comfortable monthly payment for you. Take that information back to your loan officer so they can tell you what a purchase price is that's going to accomplish that comfortable monthly payment, so you can take that information back to the agent and tell the agent where you feel most comfortable, so that that's the area that you're looking in. Sure, you can know if you have a little bit of wiggle room at that price. Sure, you can know if the perfect place comes around, you don't have to put a bunch of work into it and it's slightly higher than that, but you feel comfortable because you're not dumping that money into making it better. No, the agent will know that. But you don't want the first question to be told is like, what's my max qualification? Because that's honestly just going to get you into a tougher situation and maybe something that's not sustainable for you down the road. So, as this market changes, that's, I would say, is the biggest tip of advice, is sit down, look at your finances, figure out what that price point is, and then start looking at properties in that range. Because honestly, what is it, the end of March right now? Things are coming on the market.
It's crazy.
We've seen more listings pop up than we've seen in a long time. Do you want to talk a little bit to that?
Well, I know my pipeline, it's, I think 9 or 10 listings that are signed but not ready to go on the market yet, that's a ton of inventory. And we look at the absorption rates, inventory is getting absorbed so quickly right now. The truth is, in Maine, we don't have the land that all these other places do, like, you know, you see in Las Vegas, where they have these huge developments, you know, Austin, Texas, big rows of homes. We just don't have that here, and we never will. Development will never catch up. We're about 7 years behind on new construction starts. So this inventory problem, unless a bunch of people decide to move to Florida, somewhere warmer, it just won't get solved. So you kind of just have to jump in, have expectations that are realistic, but also talk to somebody that knows the local market, because it's really different here than anywhere else in the country.
Actually, today, 3 of my calls were from people moving here from Colorado.
Yeah.
Right, from Colorado, like, and just got off of a call with someone from Vermont. Most of everyone that we're talking to right now are moving here from out of state, which tells us, 1, that they maybe are getting outpriced in the states that they're in. 2, that they're looking for more land. People want to be in a space where they have more space. Or, you know, they are looking, a lot of people can work remotely now. So if they don't have to be in the city, they want to come to Maine, because we're better as a place to live in Maine than has all 4 seasons. You can, in one day, you can be at the beach, you can be at the lake, you can be at the mountain. And that's what people want, is the experience to be able to be outside, be in the city of Portland, be in the, you know, at the lake in Wyndham, wherever you are, all within a driving period that isn't heavily populated, but still has all of the, like, accommodations that, you know, that a bigger city has with that small city feel.
I don't see that changing.
It won't.
I think it's just too nice of a place. It's finally being discovered, so that's one of those things you just gotta jump in and be okay with it.
Definitely.
Yeah, people from away are gonna move here, but you can still buy as a Mainer. It's doable.
Absolutely. And I think that that's what people need to realize, is that there are opportunities out there. You just have to make sure you have the right team in place.
Exactly. So we're going to talk a lot about having the right team in place going forward, and then also showing why this is such a great place to live. There's a lot of special spots here.
Absolutely. I'm excited for us to really go out and kind of explore Maine to show why we love it so much.
Awesome. Let's do it.